What's up, guys? It's your boy Shady Mike, and welcome to the release of, well, we're going to call this version 2.5 of my NBA 2K25 slider set. This really should be version 2. There was a version 1. YouTube took it down. There's a version 2. And now we have this version. I'm not ready to call this version 3 because I want version 3 to also include the Steph and Kobe eras. So for now, while this is just some update to the modern era, this is going to be Shady Hours 2.5. So what can you expect from this slider set? Of course, ultra realistic gameplay on the PC, on the Xbox, on the PlayStation. It's all going to be on 2K Share under hashtag Shady, but we're going to take some time in this video to go in depth on the sliders and the rosters and your MyNBA settings as well, so that you know how to set everything up. And this will also have a playoff ready scenario that starts in round 2 of the playoffs. As of recording this, the Rockets and Warriors game has not concluded. So the moment that concludes, I'll make sure I update the scenario. But by the time you all are watching this, it'll be updated and we'll be ready for round 2, as Cleveland and Indiana are already playing as we speak. All right, so really quickly, for those of you who are new, let's talk about what you can come to expect from these sliders. Number one, you're going to have pretty much, out of any slider set that you're going to try, my sliders have the best transition game around, period, right? Nobody's doing transition game the way that we do it.
Here's Green.
Oh.
Good D by Thompson.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Oh, nice on the break.
Green's got
tonight. And, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
One-on-one here. And the dunk by Eason.
Good eyes.
Loving the break, boys.
Initiate the steal right there.
For all of the changes that this set has, I do still, even though this is version 2.5, I do still recommend going back and watching version 2, the intro to that slider set. I'll make sure it's linked in the description because I go over just so much. This set has revamped badges, which we've continued to edit and tweak. I'll give you an example, right? One of the things that you notice is the CPU spams screens, and they spam 3-point floppy plays. And what we were doing in the past is we were actually lowering the 3-point off-screen tendency to stop the CPU from abusing that. But I actually decided to change my philosophy on that. I said, instead of lowering how much the CPU tries these plays, how about we just make the defense better so that they can navigate these plays better? So we actually added pick dodger globally to everyone in the league. So now we navigate screens much better. But what that does is it helps by us not lowering that 3-point off screen tendency as much. It helps the offense to flow better and for the CPU to still have really nice ball movement. So revamped sliders, revamped rosters, revamped tendencies, revamped badges, everything. I will say for this version, because, we're in the playoffs, I did want to emphasize the defensive side of the ball a little bit more. It's always such a tough balance to help empower the defense without adding a bunch of excessive bumping to plays and players. But with our new defensive settings, I think you guys will really like what we came up with there. So I don't want to bore you guys with the details. If you know how to enter in all of this already, the sliders are on 2K Share under hashtag Shady. The roster is under 2K Share under hashtag Shady. And my MyNBA sliders are also under 2K Share under hashtag Shady. Once you get into your MyNBA, you are going to want to load those settings, because if you don't and you're using the roster and the sliders, your sim stats are going to look crazy without the proper MyNBA settings. So do keep that in mind. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. I also, in the description, do include everything, all of the sliders in a written out format. They are in a Google Doc. So if you'd like to just see all the settings written out, or for some reason you didn't have access to 2K Share or the internet, I do have everything written out in the Google Doc as well. But now let me get in and show you guys how to access the start today scenario, and we'll go through how to set up our settings in game with our defensive settings and things of that nature. So guys, I am going to walk you through all the settings and how to input everything. But if you want to skip that and just get right into the start today scenario, what you want to do is come into MyNBA eras, and you're going to go all the way to the bottom where it says 2K Share. And what you want to do is you want to go to the second option, MyNBA 2K share scenarios, and you're going to want to find an empty slot. So here I'll just, choose a slot 4, and you want to press, well, mine is the first one there because I just uploaded it, but by the time you all are watching this, you probably won't see this. So you want to press triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox, whichever type of controller you're using, and you want to search by content name, and you're going to want to grab the hashtag and then search Shady, SHADY, round, and then the number 2. And you'll see the scenario right there. Click it, and it'll load you into a MyNBA, and you'll see it's round 2. It's, obviously I know that Indiana won the first game, but I'm not gonna let round 2 play out the way it plays out. But it's got all of your edited rosters and whatever it is that you may need. Oh, and the MyNBA settings are loaded in as well. All right, y'all, settings. Go back one, just go to settings. Your game difficulty, you want to start at Hall of Fame. Make sure you start at Hall of Fame. Once you change the sliders, obviously it'll change to custom, 12-minute quarters, fatigue, injuries on. Game speed is usually 60. I think I hit it by accident, so it was at 59. So all my testing was at 59. I think I meant to have it at 60, but I don't think it really matters. Some people like to lower this. I do think 60 is a little fast. And I think some of the animations are sped up, but I just hate slow, fast breaks. So I'm always going to go to a higher game speed. Pros and cons to each, use whatever. I don't know if it makes a huge difference, but I've been playing at 60 all year this year, all year last year. I don't see that changing anytime soon. I like the shot clock to be a full 24 seconds. Camera shake is very annoying. Turn that off for me. Action replays and after basket cuts are on often for me. Oh wait, no, yeah. Actually, they're supposed to be on occasionally. So yeah, there you go. They're supposed to be on occasional. Oh, arena strobe flashes. Make sure you turn that off because it can have a huge impact on performance on PC. Everything else I think is default. I don't like motion blur. That's off. Audio presentation, I do use default. So yeah, just, put that at default. And I turn the Beats menu music off, just so that I don't get copyright strikes. Video settings, new PC, so everything is max. Yeah, everything is max. DLSS, DLAA. If you don't have an insanely powerful computer, do not copy these settings. Obviously, you're probably going to want to use something lower than this. I've got ray tracing on. I think everything is at max. If I check, yeah, so everything's a little bit higher. You guys might want to look at my video settings from version 2, because obviously I was using my old PC, which wasn't as powerful. But yeah, don't copy these settings if you don't obviously have a pretty strong PC. Controller settings, everything's on real shooting percentage. Make sure you change that. It's pretty much a non-negotiable. Again, if you want to use some of the other settings, that's your prerogative, but just, please, don't leave feedback saying certain stuff doesn't work or it doesn't play right, because I haven't tested any of the other settings. I don't plan to. So if you use something different, you may have to make your own changes that make the game play better. I like everything to be on absolute. I think everything else is, some things I changed. Like I like pro stick passing to be flashy. Shading indicators off, who to guard is on. Everything else is default. Coach settings, very important. Auto. Make sure ace is off. Substitution method is ace. I like to see my plays, play vision, and my play calling is all on auto. Don't like team communication. Most important settings is a freelance order and a freelance series repeat. Make sure the order is on dynamic and the repeat is do not repeat. All right, important note for the defensive settings, guys. There does seem to be a bug where if you switch teams, the changes are not sticking. So with that being said, it's very important that I'm playing as the Sixers. I'm going to switch over to the CPU first, That way, you make your changes over here first. So you want to go to your on ball pressure. I go moderate, then I go tight. For off ball pressure, on ball screens, we do on ball rotate, on ball rotate. For our hedge, we go catch hedge and catch hedge. For stay attached, it's never. For post, guys, this is a little bit different. You can do whatever you want here. All of this is personal preference, really. You can do front, you can do 3/4 top, 3/4 bottom. I used to do 3/4 top, but what I found with 3/4 top was sometimes your guys will attempt to steal, and it really puts them out of position. So I've lately been doing behind. That's what I've been doing here. It's kind of like a safe option. But that is what it is. Personal preference. If you want more pressure, you can try to do front, but it is what it is. Now, for your help, screen help, I like to be help and no rotate. Drive help, help and no rotate. And this is a different one. I've noticed I seem to be a little bit different from everyone else on this. I do like having cutter help on. Again, I think it's best with 2K to play defense off ball, but just make sure you're not like roaming too far away from your man, because that is what causes this setting to bug out. But I find that this gets you the best rotations, the best movement. You know, the testing that I've done, I like the way the defense moves with this setting the best. Moving over all the way down to transition defense, I like running wall up. Wall up is the one that's been working best for me. Remember, we are on the CPU right now, so next we want to switch to offensive settings. Coach settings, go to freelance series order, make sure that's dynamic, and make sure it's on do not repeat. Make sure ace is turned off. For rebounds, this should be on crash offensive boards. Tempo should be on shoot at will. For the coaching sliders, you want to come over to help defense, put it at 75. And for run plays frequency, this is going all the way to 0. Remember, guys, they do still run plays. Get that a lot. A lot of people complaining about that. No, it doesn't mean they're not going to run plays. It just helps their offense to flow much better. As per suggestion of one of my subscribers, I do now also put lineup performance factor at 0. I really like that. That just makes it where if you miss a couple shots, you're not going to automatically get subbed out. So now we're going to just go to choose your sides. Come over to your team, get your defensive settings. Again, moderate, tight, on-ball rotate, catch hedge, never stay attached. Post is behind. Help, and then wall up. Again, guys, this takes 2 seconds. You get a lot of people complaining that you do have to do this before every game. I don't think it's a very big deal. Takes a couple seconds to just put this in. I say this the same way every single time. Taking 30 seconds to, a game played usually takes about an hour, right? And taking 30 seconds to get some good gameplay, I think it's worth it for the user and your coaching sliders. I put run plays frequency at 100, and then the help defense is also at 75, and performance factor is back at 0. I'm gonna switch over. Let me show you guys my camera settings as well. I don't run nosebleeds. I usually run broadcast, not the stadium variant. Broadcast 110 with the key zoom off. Key zoom on and off is personal preference. You can do whichever one you like, but I like it with the key zoom off. And yeah, and as you guys can see, I think it gives you a really nice kind of zoomed out angle here. So yeah, I like it. Laced it.